Amount of
particles you can fit into one unit cell.
amount of particle in a unit cell. Is that?
So that's what I understood from.
Now what you've written, let me know.
I just took screenshots of the slides.
You're coming. All this excuses coming.
We did packing efficiency of body-centered cubic. You need the formula also.
Yeah, which all packing efficiency for which all type of crystals we did?
We did packing efficiency for body-centered cubic,
Okay.
a simple cubic unit cell, and a face-centered cubic unit cell.
Okay.
The formula for BCC is volume occupied by two spheres in the unit cell upon total volume of the unit cell by 100%. Packing efficiency of simple cubic is volume of one atom upon volume of cubic unit cell by 100%. Then packing efficiency of FCC is volume occupied by four spheres in the unit cell upon total volume of the unit cell by 100%. Then we compared the packing efficiencies of uh, those three, and
Okay.
then we did calculation of the density of unit cell, and yeah, and some numericals on that.
Yeah. So that was the basic things what we discussed yesterday. Packing efficiency in symbol cubic is coming as 52.4%. BCC is 68 and FCC is 74. And we also discussed the equation to calculate the density of the cell. And I guess we did one numerical based on that, right? I think we discussed the first one, right?
Yes.
Did we do the solve the second question?
No,
Only
only
the
the
first one we did.
Okay, anyway, I'm not moving to the numerical part now because all these questions are there already in the notes uploaded. I think 6 more questions are there in the notes. So after today, you're free, you're getting a break. So during the free time, you can solve those questions. And even I can upload a one worksheet based on this chapter. So the last and the final topic of this chapter is imperfections, because all these time we were discussing about how particles are arranged in a solid, that is about the arrangement, how perfectly the particles are arranged in layers, one dimensional close packing, two dimensional, three dimensional close packing. So we discussed about arrangement and the geometry, everything. Now the last part of this chapter is where we are talking about imperfections in solid. So imperfection mean any deviation, any type of deviation from the perfect geometry is coming under imperfection. So you can write the heading imperfections in solid. And yes, as you can see in the diagram, perfect or the ideal crystal is something like this, where if you take longitudinally, vertically or horizontally, the arrangement of particles is in the fixed position. It is arranged in a such a way that it follows in all the direction. So that is what an ideal crystal, that the throughout the crystal, the geometry or the pattern of the arrangement is same. So that kind of crystal is called perfect crystals or ideal crystal. And any deviation from the perfectly ordered arrangement is called the imperfection. So this is what imperfection mean. It is the any deviation from the perfectly ordered arrangement of the constituent particle is called imperfection. So this is the definition of imperfection. Any deviation from the perfectly ordered arrangement of constituent particle in crystal lattice is called imperfection in solid. So the second diagram, as you can see, the position of the particle is changed and the arrangement is different. So like that, imperfection can be of because of different reason. But anyway, if there is any difference in the perfect geometry, that kind of crystals can be considered as imperfect crystal. So it could be because of a defect in only one point, or it could be defect in problem with the entire row. So there are different types of imperfection possible, but any deviation from the perfect arrangement is we call it as imperfection. So that is the definition of imperfection. That's what we are looking for, imperfections in solid. So you can classify the imperfections in solids for two types. Okay, imperfection solids are of two types. The first type of imperfection is point defect. So here you're learning different types of imperfection. You will see many are coming on this way, but it's actually very easy to connect it and learn. Point defect mean, as the word indicates, the defect or the imperfection is around one point. That means if you take the entire crystal, only in one point there is some dislocation or some imperfections in the arrangement. So that is what they meant by point defect. That is the first type of imperfection in solid is point defect. So point defect is due to the disorder in the regular arrangement of particles around a point. The second type of imperfection is line defect. Line defect is due to the disorder in the regular arrangement of particles in entire row. That means one row completely has got a problem in the arrangement disorderness. If the problem is locating in only certain points of a crystal, that is what a point defect. Line defect means where the entire row has got dislocation or imperfection in the arrangement. That is what coming under line defect. So imperfections are classified, imperfections or defects in solid crystals can be classified into two. First is point defect and the second one is line defect. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is the first classification of imperfection in solids, point and line defect. Now the point defect is further classified as three more categories, that is impurity defect, Schottky defect, I mean the impurity defect, stoichiometric defect and non-stoichiometric defect. So we are again classifying the point defect in this way. So as you can see in the chart, like defects are classified as point and line, and the point defect is again classified as stoichiometric, impurity and non-stoichiometric defects. So basically this is the area where we're gonna discuss in detail the further classification in each category. We are not looking at the line defect for now. Line defect mean it's like happens when the entire row is imperfect, or there is a defect in the arrangement of particle in the entire row of the crystal. So that is what coming in the line defect, but that is not very common, but point defect is very common because if you take the entire crystal, maybe there are 1 or 2 points where you will find imperfection. So point defect is so common that we are discussing more in detail about the point defect. So point defects are of three types: stoichiometric defect, impurity defect and non-stoichiometric defect.
Ma'am, can you show us the previous slide so we can write it?
This one?
Yes, ma'am. Can you just write this?
Yeah, please. Done?
2 minutes, ma'am.
I have already uploaded the notes for it, right? You can see it's in the general itself, like chemistry channel itself. You can see it's I have uploaded the PDF for the second part, that is the imperfection. So if you're missing any points, you can do it. You can write it later by referring those notes. Okay. So I'm just moving next. This is just the outline what we gonna discuss, and the more discussion is based on the type of point defects, that is stoichiometric, impurity, and non-stoichiometric defect. So rather than this slide, the next slide will give you the ender picture of point defects, different types of point defects. So as I said earlier, point defect is of three different types: impurity defect, stoichiometric defect, and non-stoichiometric defect. And among these three, stoichiometric and non-stoichiometric defect is further classified. Okay. So in the case of stoichiometric defect, you can have vacancy defect and interstitial defect. And in the case of non-stoichiometric defect, you have metal excess and metal deficiency defect. So these are the further classification. So first, imperfections are classified as line and point defect. Line defect means the entire row has got problem in the arrangement, but the point defect is the defect is only around the one point or certain points in the crystal. So point defect is further classified as impurity, stoichiometric, and non-stoichiometric defect. These three are the different types of defects coming under point defect. And among these three, stoichiometry and non-stoichiometric defects are further classified. So stoichiometric defect is further classified as vacancy defect and interstitial defect, and non-stoichiometric defects are further classified as metal excess and metal deficiency defect.
What about Frankel and Schottky?
Frankel and Schottky is coming under stoichiometric defect, but they are examples or type of vacancy and interstitial. So that means these are also coming under stoichiometric defect, but these are type of vacancy and interstitial defect that you will understand when we'll start discussing it one by one. Because Schottky defect is a vacancy defect and Frankel defect is an interstitial defect. So these are the example or one type of vacancy and interstitial defect. So basically stoichiometric defect can be of vacancy and interstitial, and non-stoichiometric defect is metal excess and metal deficiency defect. So this is the outline. This is what we're going to discuss, and by this will be, if we discuss one by one, that is the end of the chapter. So first we need to go for impurity defect. Impurity defect is only one type. Then we'll go to stoichiometric defect, where we will discuss about vacancy and interstitial with one example of Frankel and Schottky. Then we'll go to non-stoichiometric defect with metal excess and metal deficiency. So that much is left in this imperfections. Okay, so I'm moving. So first type of point defect is impurity defect. The first type of point defect is impurity defect, and from the word itself it's clear it is because of impurity. What do you mean by impurity? What is an impurity? Sanford, what is an impurity?
Impurity is like any foreign or any different substance present within the solid, or substance or atom present within the solid.
Any kind of atom or particle, right? Ions or whatever it is, any type of particle which is a foreign substance, right, to the existing material, or you can say an unwanted particle present in a substance. That is what an impurity is. So as the word indicates, impurity is something which is not a particle present in that particular crystal or the system. So impurity defect is because, as you can see in the example, right, we have taken an example of NaCl. Sodium chloride is an ionic compound where you have Na plus and Cl minus ions are arranged in the lattice. So that is what a perfect crystal where Na plus and Cl minus are arranged in the lattice point. But when you are mixing strontium chloride, SrCl2, right? which contains Sr2 plus strontium ions and Cl minus ions are there in strontium chloride. That is another type of ionic compound. So, but when you mix strontium chloride with NaCl and heating, what happens is like some of the Na plus ions will be removed and that place has been taken by the strontium, as you can see in the diagram. That means a foreign atom or an ion is present in the lattice in place of the host atom or ion. So here Na plus is the positive cation, right? That is supposed to be in a crystal of NaCl. In a perfect crystal of sodium chloride, you are supposed to see Na plus ions. But in place of Na plus ion, if you are seeing some other foreign ion like strontium, that is what an impurity defect. But here you can see that the charge of Na plus and Sr2 plus is different. Na is +1 and strontium is +2. So in order to be, we know that ionic compound, even though they have positive and negative ion, they are considered to be neutral because equal number of positive and equal number of negative ions are there. So always ionic compound, even though they contains positive and negative ion, they are neutral. So in order to maintain that electrical neutrality, 2 sodium ions are replaced with 1 strontium because 2 positive Na are removed so that 1 Sr2 plus is obtained. So what happens is like out of this was a place, these two were the places of Na plus. So 2 vacancy were created. Out of the 2 vacancy, 1 vacancy is taken by the. Yes, I'll do. So in that vacant place, one of the vacant place, Sr2 plus ions are occupied. Yeah. Am I clear?
Ma'am, so the box that means it's empty.
Yeah, box is empty. It's supposed to be the place of Na plus. Okay. The 2 places of Na plus were there. So 2 Na plus are removed instead of 1 Sr2 plus is occupying the place. And the reason for this kind of substitution is because to maintain the electrical neutrality, because an ionic compound is totality, it is electrically neutral. Positive and negative charge are equal in number to maintain the electrical neutrality. So in order to maintain that electrical neutrality, 2 Na plus is removed, instead 1 strontium ion is added. That is leading to the formation of, yeah. I don't have pen, anything. Yeah. Okay, so that is the type of impurity defect mean. It is due to the presence of foreign atom in the lattice place in the place of an host atom. And the example is strontium chloride mixed up with NaCl, where Sr2 plus ions are taking the place of Na plus ion. Am I clear?
We got it. Yeah.
If you want, you can write the notes later because I have already uploaded so that I can go for the next one. Or otherwise, you can just write few points now. Later, you can add more points when you are referring these notes.
Ma'am, what does the last point mean?
The last point says that cation vacancies produced is equal to number of Sr2 plus ions added. So you have added 1 strontium ion, that is equal to number of vacancy. 1 vacancy is there. So 2 Na plus is removed. Instead, you added 1 Sr2 plus. Right? So that means based on the number of Sr2 plus you are adding, 1 vacancy is created. Because Sr2 plus is replacing the 1 position and the second position of Na plus is left vacant. So I just try to LA.
No, like this sent you.
Who sent this one?
Srividya.
Okay. That's not my class, only this one, okay? I'll just do it. Yeah. Thank you. So what is impurity defect? Is that clear? To all of you?
Ma'am, in this case,
Yeah.
impurity is SR2 plus, right?
Yeah, impurity because it's a crystal of NaCl. So it's supposed to be only Na plus and Cl minus. But in place of Na plus, some of the places are taken by Sr2 plus, and it is also creating some vacant space inside it. That is just to maintain the electrical neutrality. It doesn't mean that all the places can be occupied by Sr2 plus. It's not like that. It's not like Na plus is removed and Sr2 plus is added. It is like Sr2 plus is the foreign atom is coming or ion is coming, but at the same time they are maintaining the electrical neutrality of that particular compound. So in based on the electrical neutral, how much like based on the charges only the foreign materials are added to the crystal.
Understood, ma'am. Thank you.
So that is what the first kind of point defect, that is impurity defect. Second type of point defect is stoichiometric defect, which is further classified as vacancy defect and interstitial defect. Again, as I said earlier, from the word itself, you will get an idea on the explanation. Vacancy defect means you can see that there are some vacant places created. I have only 12B, yeah. Yeah. 12D will be Smita ma'am.
Sorry?
Smita ma'am. Yeah.
Only 12B.
Yeah, only 12.
Some like this. Some people have another class also.
No, I don't have. Okay, so vacancy defect is when, as you can see in the diagram, there are vacant spaces created. That means there are some atoms or particles is missing from the crystal lattice. So this kind of defect, which is due to the missing of or absence of atoms in the crystal lattice, is called vacancy defect. There is some vacant spaces that is creating a imperfection in solid. So you can see some points are there are no particles just left vacant. Some particles are missing from this position. That is what a vacancy defect is. But when you look into the interstitial defect is when the constituent particles are accommodated in the interstitial site. Interstitial site means, see, we know that these is a row, each row. So it's supposed to be arranged in a particular row, right? Or in a column wise, whatever. So there's a particular order of arrangement. But other than that, between the each row or column, there are some spaces which is called interstitial site. So interstitial sites mean the gap between the rows or column, which is a space, vacant space. So there are some particles other than the normal arrangement, they also take some position in the interstitial sites. Such kind of vacancy where the sum of the particles, atoms or ions or electron, whatever, is taking the position in the interstitial sites are called interstitial defect. So both are coming under stoichiometric defect, vacancy defect and interstitial. Vacancy means, as the word indicates, there are vacant positions because some atoms or the particles are missing in the lattice arrangement. Interstitial defect means the arrangement is perfect, there is nothing is missing, but the particles are occupying in between the layers, like that mean it is in the interstitial sites. So such kind of defect is called interstitial defect. So these are the major type of stoichiometric defect. Yeah.
So interstitial defect is basically like there are some particles which take place where they're not supposed to.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's supposed to be only in the particular row or column, right? Diagonally, vertically, or horizontally, XYZ direction, 3D. But other than that, in between, they are taking some places which is not supposed to be their place. That is what interstitial sites. So such kind of defect is interstitial defect. So now the imperfection is, it's not a perfect arrangement because of these two particles. There are some imperfections or disorderness in the arrangement. That is what an imperfection is or a defect is. Yeah.
Ma'am, how much do these imperfections actually affect the physical look of the crystal?
How much does it actually affect
the look of the crystals? Like if something that's perfect, pure,
because
and something that's not.
I just want to tell you that it is coming under point effect. There are only certain points there is a problem. There are other points of the crystal, it's perfect. So it's again coming under point effect. So let's see how it is going to make a difference in the second two example. Like you have Schottky and Frenkel defect. In that I can tell you how much difference is happening in the property or some of the properties of the crystal. Right?
What it, yeah.
Yeah. So we will discuss about Schottky and Frenkel defect. So first type is Schottky defect. Again, it's a kind of a vacancy defect. In this kind of vacancy defect, Schottky, that means you can just connect it like shortage of or missing of equal number of cations and anions. As you can see in the diagram, there is a position of positive. This is a position of a negative. It's missing. And here also there is a negative and a positive. So total of 2 positive cations and 2 negative anions are missing from the site given in the diagram. So missing of equal number of cation and anions from the lattice site is called Schottky defect. So what happens is like due to Schottky defect, density of the solid decreases. Because the example is supposed to be a lattice made up of 100 positive ions and 100 negative ions. So now if you look into this arrangement, you can see 2 positive ions and 2 negative ions are missing. So instead of 100, you have now only 98 positive ions and 98 negative ion. So equal number of positive and negative is missing mean electrical neutrality is maintained. It was supposed to be 100 plus and 100 minus, cancelling each other charge. Now 2 positive and 2 negative is missing mean 98 positive charge and 98 negative charge. That will come up around, again the electrical neutrality is maintained. So here electrical neutrality is maintained, but density is decreasing because we know that density is equal to mass by volume. The volume is same, remains same. Even if it's 100 particle, the space is available, the volume is same, but mass will be decreasing because the number of particle is now less than what expected. So that means that will lead to the decrease in the density of that particular crystal. So that is the main thing, like due to Schottky defect, the density of a crystal will be less than what expected. But electrical neutrality is maintained as equal number of cations and anions are missing. So that point you can write it over here. Electrical neutrality will be maintained as equal number of cation and anions are missing. So basically this kind of Schottky defect is shown by crystals with the geometry where high coordination number is there. So we discussed about HCP arrangement, CCP arrangement where the coordination number is 12, right? So such kind of close packing arrangement with hexagonal close packing and cubic close packing, where you can see that the coordination number is 12. In such kind of crystal has a tendency of showing Schottky defect, or otherwise you can say when the size of the cations and anions are almost comparably, like almost same size, In such cases also, you can see that they show Schottky defect. So shown by the crystal with high coordination number and similar size of cations and anion. So example is given NaCl, KCl, NaBr, AgBr, okay, where the size of the positive and the negative ions are comparable, almost same. And the arrangement, the cross packing is somewhat with higher coordination number. So when these two criteria satisfies, then such kind of ionic compound shows Schottky defect.
Ma'am, this is a type of vacancy defect?
It's a type of vacancy because there it is due to the vacancy created inside that. Schottky defect, shortage of or missing of equal number of positive and negative ions from the crystal lattice arrangement, and due to the missing of particle density decreases but electrical neutrality is maintained, and this kind of defect is shown by the crystals with the coordination number, high coordination number, and also the comparable sizes of anions and cations. So that is Schottky defect. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Second kind of defect is Frenkel defect. Frenkel defect, now you will be able to explain, I guess, by looking into the diagram. Can you identify what is the imperfection in that diagram? Where is the imperfection? Where is the imperfection in that diagram?
And there's a small positive ion next to the.
Where it is occupying?
Where negative ion should be there.
Overlapping superficial site.
Yeah, that means from a positive ion from its actual position, it was supposed to be here. This is the position of that positive. So instead of occupying its own original place or position, that positive ion is moving and staying in an interstitial site. So an ionic solid in which when you have a very small ion, that is cation, when the size of the cation is very small, in such cases Frenkel defect will be shown. The problem is that when the size of the cation is very small, what happens is like it will be dislocated from its normal position and it will go to interstitial site. Okay. So here there is nothing missing. There is no missing something. The positive ion is there inside the crystal, but it is just moved from its original position to the interstitial site. So such kind of defect is called Frenkel defect. And this kind of defect is shown basically when size of the cations are comparatively very small than the size of the anion, so that it can go and occupy in the interstitial site. So here, compared to Schottky defect, you can see that here the nothing is, particles are not lost or missing or absent from the solid. It is there, but it's from original position. It has dislocated to a interstitial site because of its smaller size. So here density remains the same and electrical neutrality is also maintained because nothing is lost. Only thing is that it's slightly dislocated from its original position to the, yeah. I'll come. You're in the second batch, right? I'll come to your class. You have to wait in the you have to stay in the waiting room.
Where is it?
Waiting room is in that grade 11 section.
Okay.
I think some of your classmates are already there in that. Okay, I'll come there. Yeah. Okay. So that is what the Frenkel defect is, where the original position of a cation is dislocated and this cation is now occupying in the interstitial site. So here no change in the density, no change in the electrical neutrality, and it is shown with the low coordination number, crystals with low coordination number, and the large difference in the size of cation and anion. Cation is so small and anion is bigger. So such kind of crystal where there is a difference in the large difference in the size of the cation and anion is showing Frenkel defect. So that's what mostly they will ask a question to compare Schottky defect and Frenkel defect. Schottky defect is absence or missing of cation and anion equal number. But Frenkel defect is nothing is lost or missing. It is just dislocated from its position to the interstitial side. In Schottky defect, density decreases because particles are missing. But in Frenkel defect, what happens? There is no change in the density because nothing is lost or missing. In both the cases, electrical neutrality is maintained. But in Schottky defect, it is shown by the ionic compound with high coordination number. But here for Frenkel defect, it is for the low coordination number. And also for the anion and cation with the very much difference in their ionic size. So the example, zinc sulfide, silver chloride, AgBr and AgI.
Ma'am, so AgBr shows both the defects.
Yeah, some crystals can, because here silver and bromine can show, because maybe because of this high coordination number they show Schottky, but because of this difference in the size of the atom ions they show the Frenkel defect. So there are certain compounds. So it can be due to either low coordination number or it can be due to their difference, large difference in the size of the anions and cation. So this is very, very important. Schottky and Frenkel, most of the time they ask, and either separately to write the important points or as a comparison to compare the imperfections in Schottky, taking an example of Schottky and Frenkel defect. So Frenkel defect is a type of interstitial defect where the particles are occupying in the interstitial position. Yeah. So was that a question?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Jonathan, you can ask.
Ma'am, that is my question, whether it's a type of interstitial effect.
Okay. So am I clear till here, the type of defects? Any doubt so far? No doubt? Clear?
Yes, ma'am, it's clear.
Okay. So that is what about stoichiometric defects. Stoichiometric defects are classified as basically vacancy and interstitial, and we took example of Schottky and Frenkel defect, right? So that's coming under stoichiometric defect. So now we'll move to the non-stoichiometric defect, that is metal excess and metal deficiency. Again, this is a very easy to understand from the word itself, metal excess defect. What do you mean by metal excess? Yeah, so take an example of an ionic compound. Ionic compounds are usually from metal and a non-metal. So metals are positive in charge and non-metals are negative in charge. So these kind of defect is due to presence of extra positive ions, extra metal ions, cation. So that is what metal excess defect. So metal excess defect can be because of two reasons. The first reason, because the anions are less in number. That is the reason why cations are more in number, right? That is why known as metal as excess defect due to anion vacancy, because anions are vacant, anions are missing, because of which the crystal contains more number of metal or cations. The second reason is that there is nothing is losing like in the case of anion, but there will be additional cation present in the crystal. So that is metal excess defect due to additional cation. So metal excess defects are two types because of two reasons. First reason is due to anion vacancies. Anion vacancy mean anion may be missing from the lattice side and the hole is occupied by an electron that maintains electrical neutrality. So as you can see in the diagram, it's a very, very, very important thing, because most of the question from the imperfection, either short cure defect or they ask about F sender. It's so very important to know what is an F sender and what importance of F sender in the crystal. Okay, so here you can see it's an ionic compound. Positive and negative ions are arranged, and you can see one negative ion is missing. One negative ion is missing over here. To maintain that, if a negative ion is missing, we know that the electrical neutrality will be disturbed, because in an ionic compound there are equal number of positive and equal number of negative ion. So if a negative ion is missing from the crystal mean, there will be a problem with the electrical neutrality. So in order to maintain that electrical neutrality, the electrons come and occupy in that vacant space, right? So here now if you take, before it was 100 positive and 100 negative ions are there. Now there are 100 positive ions and 99 negative ions plus a electron to maintain the electrical neutrality. But if you count in terms of number of anions and cation, the cation is more in number. That is what metal excess, or the cation is more in number. So this kind of defect where metal or the cation is more in number due to the missing of an anion is called metal excess defect due to anion vacancies. Okay, is that clear till now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this kind of vacancy, this is a vacant space. That vacant space of an anion is taken by an electron. So such spaces, vacant spaces occupied by an electron is called F sender. So F sender is happening in a metal excess defect where anion is missing, that the missing or the vacant space of an anion is taken by an electron to maintain the electrical neutrality. So literally there is one particle less, but in order to maintain the electrical neutrality, one electron is occupying that space of that vacant anion. So that vacant space where the electron is being taken is called F sender. Why F sender is important? Why F sender is important? Okay, leave it that. Let me ask one general question. If you start heating sodium chloride, have you noticed any change to the color of sodium chloride? Those who are baking, those who know the baking thing, because we use salt for baking, right? So when you're heating it, salt for a very long period of time, you can see that the white color of the salt slightly changes to yellow. Or if you want to still try it after going home by taking the permission of your mother or father, whatever, start heating a little amount of salt in a vessel. After some time, you can see when it started getting heated, the white color slightly turned to yellow or off-white. So what is happening during heating? What happens when you're heating such kind of crystals or ionic compound?
Excitation happens with electron.
Because unlike a positive and negative, now you have an electron in a vacant space. So the ability of the electron is that when you're giving energy, this electron will take energy and undergo excitation. And if it is energy taken for the excitation falls in a visible region of light, then it will be producing some color in the crystal. So that is the reason when you add excess lithium chloride crystal become pink in color, potassium make a violet color, and sodium makes the crystal yellow in color. So these are the three important examples. Mostly they ask the question for sodium chloride. On heating sodium chloride crystal, impure sodium chloride is turning into yellow in color, or you can say KCl is producing a violet color and lithium is making a pink color. KCl violet, or sometimes they write lilac color, right? So this is explained due to the formation of an F center. F center is nothing but a vacant position of an anion which is occupied by an electron to maintain the electrical neutrality. I have class going. No, now I'll just finish it now. Okay. Because the next class is Yeah. Yeah. Actually, really, I'm really sorry because the practical exam is going parallelly. You know, today the first day of the board exam and my class is doing the practical. So many works going.
So okay, ma'am. How are the practicals going so far?
It's good actually, it's good. All were little worried because, you know, it's like last minute preparation unlike previous years, but it's going good. Only thing is that the first batch is going to finish now and second batch has to go.
Ma'am, in
Right.
sets of 15?
16 students in one batch.
Okay, all right, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, how long are the practicals?
Yeah.
How long are the practicals?
Practical hour, 3 hours exam. 3 experiments, 3 hours plus
Ma'am,
Viva and
how are you gonna, then how are like 3 batches there? Like, ma'am, one day, one batch?
no, only 2 batches per day for a subject. So chemistry, 2 batches will be there, first and second batch. Physics will be there, some other student. Same student will not get 2 different subjects on same day. So like different classes, and parallelly commerce also has got their practical Viva. So everything is going, all are like busy and moving all around for the arrangements. So that is about metal excess defect. I think I'll wind up here. I thought I'll finish, but I'm unable to because only few things is there. Anyway, I have uploaded the note. Now you have metal excess due to extra cation, and then you have metal deficiency defect. Only 2 more slides, but I don't want to hurry up and finish it off. So I'll do one thing. We will discuss it. It won't take a 10 to 15, another 10 to 15 minutes only, so that we can finish in April when we'll meet back, maybe 5th or 6th April, based on the availability. But by the meanwhile, you can go through it. I have already uploaded the notes, so you can refer it. It's like you can just read and understand. There is nothing much like you have to sit and study
Yeah,
like
ma'am,
that.
we'll
It's
go
just
through.
you can understand. Yes, Muzamil?
We just have to read and go through it, right?
Yeah, that's it. But anyway, my part I will explain, nothing like that. That I will just tell you, give you to study. It's like you can read and understand, but I will do it, and maybe in a 10 or 15 minutes I'll be able to finish it off. So before the start of the second chapter. And as I said earlier, please solve the questions, density questions. There are 6 more questions in the slide. The first PPT notes. Then I will upload one more worksheet, maybe by this weekend, and so that you can practice. And once we are coming back, like if I am there or some other teacher is taking chemistry for you, but usually you will be having a test on solid state.
Ma'am, mostly it
Okay.
will be you, right?
I don't know, Muzamil. There is no, I don't have any picture till now. Let's see.
Okay, ma'am.
Oh,
Thank you, ma'am.
it's a good news, bad news, I don't know to you. So it's like that. And I know that Sanford is also leaving. Sanford, are you here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we will miss you, Sanford, especially me. I know that you always there to respond whenever I was looking for some responses. So we'll miss you, Sanford, but please be blessed and happy wherever you are and continue to be good, smart like this in another school and show your maximum potential. Be in touch with, I know that you will be in touch with all your friends. So also try to update whatever happens, progress you're doing in the grade 12 or after that through your friends. Okay, and if you're coming back to UAE once in a while, come and meet, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Sure, I'll try my best.
Okay. What about Kevin? Is he here?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, same applicable to you, Kevin. Okay, we'll miss you, Kevin, but
Yes, ma'am.
continue to be good. Okay, study well, and you can come back and meet us whenever you are coming back to UAE. Right?
Yes, ma'am. I'll try if I come
Both are
back.
going to India, right? That is what my understanding. I checked with Khadija ma'am and she's just tell they're continuing in India, right? Am I right in that,
Yes,
right?
ma'am. I'm already in India.
Okay, Gavin has already reached. Okay. Anyway, all the best to both of you. Others will have to continue here. Their good luck or bad luck, whatever. Okay. Anyway, all the best, all of you. Enjoy your break. I don't think that you will get another break like this before the summer. So enjoy, take rest, but not completely sleeping or roaming around or outing. Study in between. Okay.
Ma'am, hopefully.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, Muzaffar, I am gonna catch you when you're back. Okay. I got
Sure.
a special
Sure.
on you right here. Okay.
As
Thank
an
you.
schedule,
Thank you.
so
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
All the
Thank you, ma'am.
holidays.
bye.
Thank
Take
you, ma'am. Happy
Thank you,
holidays.
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Take care.
ma'am. Happy holidays.
Thank you, ma'am.
Happy holidays, ma'am.
holidays is not for us. I have exam. We have exams. We have to go internal, external examination is going on. I have to go in other schools. So no holiday. Only work, work, work.